Hi, this is just a quick message to say yes. In this video, we do let you know how to tell if you were meant to be alone. But as we got rolling on this video, we also added 3 great tips on how to bring new hope into your search for true love. So here's Winona and that guy who just seems to keep hanging around her. Enjoy.
So we received a note this week. And it really broke my heart. It was from Pam from Dover. She reached out. She had been on every dating site and you could think of for years. And she was ready to give up. So maybe I'm just meant to be alone is what she said. Can you?
So many of us have been there. Whenever things in your dating life just aren't going right, you start to wonder, well, maybe it's me. Maybe there's something wrong with me and I'm just meant to be alone. If you've been in the dating world or looking for someone for just a few years,
okay,
you still have this hope. So, it's annoying that dating life is like this. But whenever that stretches on from a few years to a decade or more, you start to wonder, is this all that there is? I know that you've had friends who have been single for a while.
Yes.
What kind of advice would you give to them if they came to you with this solemn loss of hope that I just cannot find someone and maybe I'm meant to be alone?
So again, what comes to me is actually they should let go and let God.
Yeah, God is a very powerful component in this process.
Yes, he is.
When we take a look at what we're trying to do in our dating life, a lot of times we're trying to force things to happen. We're trying to make ourselves right for the person that wants to be with us. But really, the truly awesome thing to do is just be yourself. Find out who you are and be the authentic you. Do the things that you love doing. Now, I do believe that there is a difference between being meant to be alone and being destined to be alone.
And what is that?
Well, whenever you're meant to be alone, that really comes down to what is your purpose in life. Not everybody was purposed to be in a marriage. Some people are going to change the world with what they invent or what they discover. In those cases, you may or may not find someone who complements your career. But some people do place their career above everything else.
And then if they do that, then clearly they're meant to be alone. Because they're not making time for nothing, or anybody. So,
well,
you can't have your cake and eat it too.
I will say that there is still room for it. It does shrink the space of room that there is. But let's say you have a research scientist who is developing a cure for cancer, and that is what their focus is, and that is the driving force in their life.
Okay.
What if they find and fall in love with someone else who is doing research in that area? They could collaborate and not only build their marriage together, but also build their careers together.
Now that I could understand.
And that's an example of where it narrows the field tremendously. But it is possible to find someone.
Okay, so the reason why I said what I said was because I'm thinking that, the one person could be a research scientist and the other person a cook.
Well,
that's...
The research scientist got to eat.
All right, honey.
And sometimes separate careers can complement each other.
I didn't say they couldn't. I'm just saying.
And as two people go together in life, one of the things that's important for them to remember is that they're not necessarily in the same boat. They're in 2 separate boats that are choosing to sail side by side. And as they're making that choice every single day, it may not be that they're spending every moment side by side together. They could be doing doing their research and baking, running a restaurant, and they come back together to enjoy time together. And they spend their sometimes apart as well, because their lives are on different tracks, but they do still have their part of their life that is their marriage together.
Okay. I didn't say
that can work.
say that it couldn't happen.
It narrows the field.
It does narrow the field. Okay.
So being meant to be alone, it really comes down to what is your purpose in life. And a lot of times we will go through life wondering what our purpose is.
Exactly.
Now, on the flip side, being destined to be alone, that's more of a mindset. That's more of a choice. Whenever you decide whenever you think that you have a fate that you can't live down, that fate is actually, you're up to you. What am I going to pursue? For example, that same research scientist, they made a choice to focus on research, to focus on curing cancer in this case.
Okay.
And that's fine. That's great. That's going to do the world a lot of good. But it was their choice. They could have chosen romance and matters of the heart over science. I'm not saying that they should. That's not my call.
Okay.
All I'm saying is they made a choice. Now, I'm sure there are those who are watching who are thinking, no, I'm not a research scientist. Like Pam in Dover.
Yeah.
She didn't say anything about being a research scientist
Not
or
at all.
pursuing her career. She has actually wanted to find somebody. And she's now fed up that she can't. What does someone like that do? What can they do to resolve their situation? To solve their singleness? Singleness is not necessarily something that needs to be solved, but for some people, it is. For some people, being single is just something that they want to shorten that period as much as possible so they can commune with someone, so they can fellowship with someone, such that you can feel that wonderful soulmate love that they see people all around them enjoying. And they wonder, why not me? Why can't I find my soulmate? Why can't I find someone to love and be happy with?
But again, why is she searching?
I guess that's a good question to ask Pam. Why are you searching? Why would you be searching for someone to love? Great question. Because if you're looking for someone to validate you, if you're looking for someone to fill holes in your life, then that could be a very, very long search as well. Because quite honestly, nobody else can make you whole.
Except for God. Whenever
you make yourself whole, whenever you find your wholeness within, then someone else can complement your life. And so, I'd have to say that the number one thing that Pam could do is work on herself.
Yes, most definitely. So, honey, how could Pam shift her singleness mindset to find love?
Well, like I said, first off, she would need to work on herself.
Okay.
She does sound a bit angry. Her note was kind of edgy.
And it might be edgy because she's maybe searching for someone to validate her, to do all those different things. Right. But again, remember, at the end of the day, she does, before she gets into any relationship, this is not just, this is Pam, but this is everybody. You need to be whole.
Yes.
You need to be, so ready yourself when you get into a relationship that you're not getting into a relationship and then you're searching for that relationship to, to fix stuff. That's not how it works. And that's how a lot of people do. And then they end up getting married or getting into a relationship, girlfriend, boyfriend, or getting engaged, then getting married, and then you go down this path and you are not, you weren't whole. So
a telltale sign was the anger, the undercurrent of anger in her note.
Okay.
If she was good with being herself, if she was good with, if she had worked on herself to the point where she did not need somebody else, she would not feel so empty without somebody else. And ironically, not needing someone else is a key to finding the right person. Because whenever you feel like you need someone, you start to lower your standards. You start to give things a chance that really should not be. Well, maybe I'll go out with this guy even though he seems like a creep because he's going to give me some companionship. And then that companionship turns into something that's disrespectful and turns your stomach. However, if you're like, you know what? I'm good whether I go on a date or not. But if I do choose to go on a date with you, It's because I value you, because I see something in you that I admire, not because I'm hoping that you see something in me. Big difference, right?
Big difference.
Another thing that Pam could do, and we did not see a picture of her, but I can kind of tell from her note that she could probably use some work in this area, and that is to work on your appearance. And I say that the best way to work on your appearance is to work from the inside out.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like,
Yeah.
Okay.
How you feel about yourself on the inside is reflected on how you present yourself.
Okay.
And so I'm not saying that you can't be overweight. I'm not saying, if you've got the gray hair, own that gray hair. If you have a few extra pounds, own those extra pounds. If you're not looking as young as you did 15 or 20 years ago, guess what? Nobody does. Aesthetics is a depreciating asset anyway. The person that you want to be with sees your inner beauty. So own your inner beauty and let that inner beauty come out. Let it manifest itself in how you present yourself. People will see your confidence. People will see your glow. People will see your beauty and be attracted to that. Even if you think, well, I'm not like that girl on the cover of this magazine. I'm not the young woman that I used to be. That doesn't matter. The guys who are going to go after that are not the ones that you want to be with anyway. You want someone who's going to see the true, inner, beautiful you that you are. And that is a way, one way, part of the way to turn this cycle around of feeling like you're not meant to be with anybody, that you're meant to be alone. I don't think that you are meant to be alone unless you choose to be alone.
Okay.
And you know what the third thing that they could do?
What?
They could download our free guide, The Ultimate Guide to Online Dating. Now, it does cover some of this, and this was not some sort of infomercial for all of that, but we did put a lot of effort into researching not only our own trials and tribulations, our pitfalls and triumphs in online dating, but we also researched this from many different perspectives, and we put it all in a guide that's a free download for you. Just go ahead and hit the link in the description and you'll get it. It's free. Just go ahead and grab it. But for now, I think we just want to leave you with the message that it is truly up to you.
Yes.
Do you want to be with someone? If so, it can happen. There are a lot of dating sites out there, dating groups out there that are filled with people who are bemoaning their situation. I feel like I can't find anyone. I feel like everybody is this. I feel like everybody is that. And whenever you start having those blanket statements about everybody out there, that is a sign that you've lost hope and that you are so tainted in the process. That's going to be very difficult for you to find somebody. But when you say to yourself, there is someone out there for me, someone who's great, someone who's my ideal match, and someone that we are just going to gel and align so beautifully, then you start saying, I'm filtering out all that other mess so I can find that one person. And whenever you do, wow, it is beautiful. So we are Winona and Rob Hollis,
your relationship experts,
praying for an abundance of blessings for you.